Hey guys, how you doing? This is entrepreneur and real estate investor Curtis R. Monday, author of the book The Game, How to Become a Successful Real Estate Investor, coming to you right now inside one of our investment properties. We're finishing up some rehab, and so forgive the hollow sound of this video, but I thought I'll stop by just to kind of give you a little bit of meat to help you on your real estate journey. A lot of individuals that I've coached or talked to about real estate investing always give me several reasons as to why they haven't started their real estate journey. And one of the major reasons that I get, one of the reasons I get most consistently is that, hey, Curtis, I just don't know where to begin. I don't know how to do this. I'm intimidated. I don't know where to begin. And it's that fear of not knowing how to get started and what to do that stops them from ever throwing their hat into the arena and realizing their dreams to real estate investing. And so I just want to maybe help you guys get over that hurdle. Let me share with you a story about myself to kind of let you know exactly where I was, that I was exactly where you are when I first started with my real estate journey. I bought my first piece of property, an investment property in the south side of Chicago in the area called Roseland. It was a 2-flat property. At the time that I bought the property, I knew nothing about real estate investing. I didn't have any systems. I didn't know what to look for. I didn't have any contractors. The only thing that I knew was that the property itself with the mortgage was going to be about $1,600 on a monthly basis. I had three units. I had two 3-bedroom apartments and a garden apartment, and I figured that I could probably clear at least $2,000 a month or more in rent. I think when I first started, my first rental prices were $1,000 a piece for the 3 bedrooms, and then maybe $500 for the second bedroom. So maybe $2,500 on a monthly basis, a $600 mortgage. So I was still grossing, I was still bringing home around $900 per month. That was before other expenses. But the moral of the story, I didn't know anything. I didn't know. I lucked up into everything. I had my dad with me. My dad was my first contractor. And again, we kind of went in there and looked at it. It looked pretty much ready to go. All the walls was white. We had, I think I already had in the Home Depot specials in terms of fixtures and everything. I had no idea about what to set my rents for. I just kind of on gut thought I can get $1,000 a month. I had no idea how to list my property, how to market for potential tenants. Didn't know how to screen tenants. I didn't even know what to look for in respect to the faulty things you look for when you're inspecting a property, the heating, electrical, and plumbing. I had a home inspector, but the home inspector was more of a generalist. And this person who sold me the property was a contractor, and so he did a very good job of masking all of the fallacies and all of the pitfalls with this particular property. So the moral of the story, I didn't know anything. I didn't have anything, I didn't know anything. But yet and still, I think when it was all said and done, we walked away with still, $400 or $500 per month in terms of net profit. That was good for me because I wasn't the guy trying to walk away with this windfall. I wasn't trying to flip properties. For me, what I was looking for and most interested in was just accumulating something that I can take with me in retirement. So for me, it was a win to have $400 or $500 a month coming in rents, and then I'll pay the rent down, the mortgage down rather, for several years, and then I'll be able to have all the rents coming in. So got lucky on that one. So let's roll the dice. Let's go ahead and continue to press our luck so we move forward. So I bought another property right around the corner in Roseland. Now, Roseland is where my grandmother grew up, right? Well, not grew up, my grandmother lived in Roseland, so I grew up in that area. I was very familiar with the area from visiting my grandmother. So I bought my next piece of property around the corner from the property, maybe about 6 or 7 blocks away from the first one. This was a 2-flat. It had a garden apartment with a 4-bedroom apartment over the top of it, and I just kind of rinse and repeated. I did the exact same thing that we did with the first one. My dad came in and he kind of white-walled it and put some, Home Depot specials in there. We guessed on the rents. I figured, if actually that bedroom, that 4-bedroom up top was actually rented out by somebody. It was actually a tenant was actually living there. So we got that property already with a tenant in there, and the owner threw a vacant lot that was next door to the property into the deal. The bottom line, we were cash flowing still about $300 or $400, but still no good systems. Didn't know whether or not the tenant that was already there had no real way to figure out if what they were paying in rent was the appropriate market value. The tenant in the basement, same thing. Didn't know how to evaluate the property. Damn sure didn't know how to develop this vacant lot. But it was still working, so no harm, no foul. That progressed on to buying a third piece of property. And this was in the South Shore area. Ironically, familiar with this property, this area, because I grew up in the South Shore area. Now, this was a much larger endeavor. This was actually a 4-unit, three bedrooms and a garden apartment. It was totally vacant. We bought it for $50,000 cash. My dad and I, we did all the work. My dad pretty much did the work. I kind of was the mind behind it, but he did the work. He went to Home Depot, found the dirtiest looking guy that we saw that could do some work. And this is kind of how we found our first contractors, from our first general contractors, our carpentry people. I think that I met an electrician on that first property, and we had him come out for this one. And the plumbing, my dad and one of his buddies did the plumbing to the whole entire building. And then the HVAC guy, we found an HVAC guy, God bless his soul, one of the best HVAC guys that we ever had. He came and did the work for little or nothing. But still, no systems. Didn't know how to rehab the property. Didn't know how to protect the property. Didn't know that once I started to get this property and work on it, didn't know the proper insurance to have on it at first. I'm an insurance guy, but not from the real estate investing side. Didn't know how to secure the property once I finished the property. Didn't know how to set the rents. Didn't know that there was an alternative to getting this property fixed up and not using my own money. We used money to buy it, and we used our own money to rehab it. We borrowed money from our retirement funds, which is probably a no-no, very expensive money. I didn't know all these things, and I got lucky, but I also made some huge mistakes along the way. With that said, how did I learn the information that I talk about, that I'm teaching you guys now, that I teach people with the CRM Financial Academy, that I teach people with our course, The Game? I learned this from actually at home one day. I saw an infomercial on TV. This company said, hey, you're interested in real estate investing? Come on out to this free seminar. At the time I was in a relationship, my significant other at the time was in between jobs and didn't quite know what her next step was going to be. So I felt like, it'll be a good thing. So we go to this seminar, and it is free. And at this seminar, I learned about this thing called wholesaling. I've never heard of wholesaling before, and I thought it was pretty cool. And I was like, oh, wow. So I walked away feeling really good because I had made it through 3 properties already, no systems, but now I learned this other little nugget about wholesaling, so I was ready to go. My significant other at the time, this was all new to her. She was really engaged with this, so she was like, well, let's keep the party going. The company then offers you another seminar. This one's like for $100. And you come for 3 days in Rosemont, Illinois, and you sit and you learn more about real estate investing. And guys, I went, and my significant other and I, we went, and we learned a lot about real estate investing. For her, it was all brand new. They were teaching systems, and the way she thought, not having any kind of experience with this, it was really good for her because the systems provided a level of comfort because it was really predictable in respect to their model. For me, it was tightening up and filling in the gaps of all the mistakes I had made on my previous 3 investments, but now it was empowering me. But maybe halfway through the 3-day event, they made this offer for education. And they had 3 packages. One started at like $30,000, the other one was $40,000, and the other was $50,000. No payment plans. You gotta decide on the spot basically and pay us in full. And I was like, hell no, no way, no how. Because I didn't need it. I had things going on. I had another business running. My 3 properties were doing good. I didn't do it. I didn't want to do it. However, though, my partner in the relationship I was in at the time needed it and urged me to do it. So reluctantly, I signed up for the course, and I got to tell you, it helped out tremendously. It not only filled in the gaps of the things that I already knew, it actually helped me prevent some pitfalls that I just luckily avoided. It really tightened me up and gave me structure. And it propelled me to help take my business to another level. Now, I paid an ungodly amount of money to do this. When you add up the cost of the education, when you add up the cost of the ancillary expenses like website development, getting your legal entity schedule, created, marketing and things of that nature, probably in excess of 55 to 60K to get things started. But our first property that we did was a in Woodlawn, Illinois. It was a flip outside Woodlawn, Illinois, but in the Woodlawn area on the south side of Chicago. It was a flip. I think the property acquisition was 95K. Took about 30K to fix it, so that's 125 all in. Sold it for 274 and some change. So got the profit and was able to basically pay back the money that was borrowed to get everything started. But it was at that point, guys, that I vowed that this information that I now learned, that I'll offer and teach others within my community at a much cheaper cost. That you wouldn't have to go through the pain that I went through in order to learn these things. The education is valuable. I still rely on it to this day. It's helped me to grow my real estate portfolio. I'm more on the buy and hold space, so we're aggressively growing doors. We wrote a book, we have a course. So the investment and investing in myself really, really helped. That's the pain that I had to go through to earn this spot to be able to talk to you today. With that said, I want to give you a 4-step kind of approach or methodology to help you for those individuals who want to learn how to real estate invest but don't know where to begin. This is a 4-step system that helps you begin your journey to real estate investing. Step number 1, you want to know the price points in the neighborhood you want to invest in, right? Know the price points, because knowing the price points in terms of what a property is selling gives you some insight into what you should pay for the property. It gives you some insight in terms of what your rehab costs could be, and it also gives you a huge insight as to what your profit can be on the back end. You can't assume that you're going to sell a piece of property at a certain point, and just because this is what you want to sell the property for. You have to know the price points in respect to your neighborhoods. The second thing is you need to know local metrics. The numbers never lie, and they give you a definite insight as to what the area that you're trying to invest in and what the potential risks are. You want to know things like how long properties are staying on the market. You want to know the foreclosure rates. You want to learn vacancy rates if you're doing buy and hold. But there are a lot of different metrics that you want to figure out that are associated with the area you're trying to move into. Third thing, you want to know the zoning laws. You want to know that if the type of property you're looking to buy or renovate or develop in a particular area is legitimate. One of the great examples that I see right now is with the short-term rental place, the short-term rental space. People are starting to try to buy homes or condos in particular areas with the idea of renovating and using those properties as short-term rentals, only to find out that local municipalities or even condo associations won't allow it. And now it jeopardizes the investment that these people have put into the money, put into a project. So you want to definitely learn. The third thing is the zoning laws in a particular area. The final thing you want to learn is what the competition is doing. Competition in real estate investing isn't like competition that you think of normally. The competitors in real estate investing aren't the enemy. Competitors in real estate investing actually give you an insight as to what the market is doing. In real estate investing, you don't always want to be the first one to develop a particular area. Having competition in a particular area, they're actually doing the betting for you. They're telling you exactly what the market is doing. They give you an idea of what you need to do in terms of inside amenities and fixtures. They give you an idea of what the price point is. So they really, really do pave the way. And competitors can also be potential partners in future projects. You guys can partner and do different things. They can be leads for particular projects. Competitors really, really are good at real estate investing. So that's a 4-step approach to help you on your way to real estate investing. I hope you guys enjoy that. Shoot me your email if you're interested in learning more things about real estate investing. I look forward to hearing from you and partnering with you. Thanks. Bye-bye.